Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of The News. I'm your host, Gabriel Dye. First, let me try to explain what The News, with a Y, is. The focus here is on the daily, immediately viral pictures, videos, regular news stories, what have you, that dominate and circulate Korea, but never make it into the English-speaking world. They're never translated for whatever reason. They could be too trivial, they could be too ridiculous, they may not be right for any sort of platform like a real English newspaper. But I'm not saying that the focus here is going to be negative, it's just whatever happens to be the most commented on, the most viewed for the day or the week. And I'll obviously try to choose the most interesting things. So, I'll just give you an example. A few days ago, a police officer, while on night duty, he tried to commit suicide by shooting himself in the head with his gun while he was on duty. He didn't succeed. He was in the hospital for a few days in critical condition, and I believe he just passed away either this morning or yesterday. I would obviously be giving you more details than that with a fuller story, but it's just an example of the kind of things that I read and I think are interesting and I'd like to pass on. So, let me be very clear on what The News, with a Y, is not about. It is not about sports, it is not about politics, it is not about K-pop, and it's not social commentary or social criticism. Again, most viewed, most commented on items that won't necessarily make it in English. That's the kind of thing that I like to focus on here. Our very first full story here on The News. Lovers of bubble tea, beware. Bubble tea, if you don't know what it is, it's definitely riding some sort of trend wave right now. It's a Taiwanese tea-based drink. It's mixed with milk or fruit, and the highlight of the drink are these small, chewy tapioca balls, or provocatively called tapioca pearls. So it turns out, in one of the Korean retailers, Bubble Home, there are industrial additives that are not supposed to be consumed in the tapioca pearls. Apparently, the tapioca pearls that Bubble Pong used, they're produced in Taiwan, and they were found to contain maleic acid. I think I'm saying it right. Maleic acid is used as an industrial lubricant additive, and it's used to make plastics soft. And it is most definitely not supposed to be consumed. Apparently, extended ingestion can cause kidney problems. I saw references to cancer, but a quick Google search showed that some studies said that you can't get cancer from it. Anyway, you shouldn't be eating it. The Korea Food and Drug Administration had Bubble Pong scrap all of their tapioca pearls. They issued a recall. They banned them from selling this product until they could look into it further. So another quick Google search shows that there was a similar problem in September of last year in Taiwan. Again, they found things that are not supposed to be consumed in these tapioca pearls, so drink at your own risk. Our next story. A video came out last week, has netizens up in arms. I actually didn't think that I was going to be doing it because it happened 4 or 5 days ago, but it keeps popping up on lists of most commented, most viewed articles and videos, so might as well give it out. Here's what happened. A video came out of a 2nd grade high school boy, student, at a nursing home, and he's yelling at, he's harassing, he's bullying, and he's screaming at a bedridden elderly woman. Okay? You can see he's shaking the handrail on the bed, and he's screaming, "On your knees." Apparently it's a line from a really popular comic book or an internet comic.
이봐라. 天哪！
So the kid took it too far. Not that there's an appropriate level for that sort of behavior. So he could be looking at criminal penalties. So in the video you can see that the woman is waving her hands and demanding that he stop, but he just kept on going. So the students, the one who's yelling at the lady and the one who's taking the video, they uploaded the video themselves as a joke, and it quickly spread, receiving much deserved negative attention and criticism. Ironically, the whole reason that these kids were at the nursing home was for social service. But it turns out they were there as punishment for smoking in school, repeatedly, in school. So there's a question of where were the teachers or where was the supervision? Turns out there was none. There were 9 students that were sent to this nursing home as punishment for various infractions, and there's no supervision at all, and that's how this happened. And the highest rated comment on the most viewed article about this story, roughly translated, says, "And now because of what you've said, your parents are being criticized and they are kneeling in apology." The next story is pretty bizarre. It happened in 2002 and it's continued since then. It's sort of reopened. So when translated, it's the inelegantly titled 2002 Air Rifle Contract Killing or Assassination. And this is getting tons of attention right now as new events keep unfolding. So here's what happened. In 2002, the well-to-do ex-wife, 68 years old, of some company president hired a contract killer, a real assassin, to murder her son-in-law's female cousin. Because the mother-in-law mistook their relationship for an affair. Okay, son-in-law, female cousin, hanging out, and the mother had this girl killed. According to the articles I've seen, the cousin was a 23-year-old law student. She was found dead. Her body was found covered in fractures with 6 gunshots to the face. The mother-in-law was handed a sentence of life in prison. But after 40-plus trips to and from the hospital for a host of problems, including breast cancer, she was granted a stay of execution of her sentence. So she's currently out of prison, and she's staying in the VIP ward of some hospital. So last week, or a week and a half ago, a public TV show called Kugishi Algo Shipta reported that not only is she out of prison, her diagnosis is questionable. So apparently that was the whole focus of the TV show. It was kind of exposing this woman. So for example, she claimed that she couldn't so much as get up to use the bathroom without assistance, but hidden cameras show her pattering around her room, going into her closet, getting things out. But as soon as someone would go into the room, suddenly she's this feeble old woman who needs assistance doing everything. So it's an ongoing story. Again, people are outraged. So students of Ihwa University, this is where the 23-year-old woman who was basically brutally murdered, her alma mater. Students from Ihwa, they have raised money to fund an advertisement, which I haven't seen, but I've seen some ad copy from an article. And it reads like this: in 2002, a 23-year-old law student who dreamed of a just society lost her life under false accusations. Now in 2013, the woman who hired her assassin, despite being handed a life sentence, sits comfortably in a hospital VIP suite. We demand an inquiry into the stay of execution and her false diagnosis. So they want to know why she can commit such a heinous crime, but be off in the VIP section and not rotting in jail, as she should be. So it's a sad, bizarre story. It sounds like a drama. You've got an assassin, you have a young victim, you have a crazy mother-in-law, you have faking symptoms to get out of prison, etc., etc. So, when we haven't seen that, I thought that would be somewhere. It's a very interesting thing. I looked around, didn't see it in English, so there it is. If anything relevant happens, I'll bring it up again. If not, then that's it. And that's it for the very first episode of the Nyews. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave comments and questions at the bottom of the video, or you can email comments, questions, etc. to the Nyews with a Y at gmail.com. And feel free to share this video as much as you'd like, and future videos as well. So again, thank you very much, and I will see you next time.